this is 2 videos in a row. What's up, guys? I'm gonna start out with a complaint. This is 2 videos in a row now that I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I just recorded probably only, at least this time it was only like 30 minutes. Wasn't recording, sitting here talking away. Wasn't recording. So unfortunately, this video's probably lost some of its oomph because I just said a ton of shit and I don't know what I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna repeat or what I am gonna forget. So that's a bummer and my bad. Anyways, I guess we'll introduce the video now. Hey guys, we're on the Beastlord. We're at level 32. We are obviously killing owlbears. You see that now. Perfect owlbear pelt. Let's go. We just killed the named. We were talking about killing the named. The name's still white. The other guys are blue. We're going to continue to farm here. Let's see what we got. The point of this, even though we did show this camp in the last video, the point of this video was to farm this guy. We're going to get all the 3 different drops that he offers. Hopefully dupes of the earring. The other 2 are lore, so I may have to run back to town and put them in the bank. That's what I just did. I actually just showed that. We got this, which is lore. If a second one drops, I'll let that rot. Well, no matter what, if something drops, it's going to rot. But there it is. The owlbear. Another perfect. Well, look at that. We're starting to stack up perfects. We have 3 perfects here. These are worth about, only now, they've really gone down. They're worth about 30, 35 plat a piece. So that's cool. Wow. What a fuck up. My bad. Oh, geez. Wow. You know, man, I think what happens is I click out of EverQuest onto start record. The button says start recording. And I think when I click that, it doesn't actually click it. What it does is it just clicks me out of the game and onto the recorder window. And I don't realize that, I guess. I don't know. That's deflating. Anyways, all right. What all did I say? I was at, when I started the video, I was at the Priest of Discord. We got ourselves a secondary potion. It has 20 charges. Happy anniversary, everyone. It is October 1st. The server's been out for 2 years. It's classic the Necro's birthday. He's 2 years old as well. He got made, you know, 1 second into the server's lifespan. The second the server went up, I was sitting there smashing the login button and made him. So there you have it. Go get yourselves another 20. Here's the other potion. We've only used 3 charges. I believe you start with 38 charges. So we have 38 charger, well 35 now, plus the 20. So now if you make a character, you start with 58 XP pots? What are we even doing anymore? This is crazy. Might as well pop one now, right? Sure. Let's run that fungi staff. I'm all discombobulated now. Man. Oh, we just dinged. Another perfect pelt. What do you know? We're raking in the dough. Pretty good dough for like a level 30. We started this at 30. We're now 34, are we? Yeah, no, we're 33. So we are 33 now. But we started here at level 30. So you can come here at level 30 and you can get yourself some gear depending on what you need. I don't know if you're twinked or not. I don't know what your status is. Maybe you just want to make a little plat. You can come in here and do that. So that's what we're going to show today. The other thing we're going to talk about is the range slot item, which is a preserved owlbear eye. It's pretty good. We'll see the stats on it as soon as I get it. It will drop. This named mob is quite common. I've got him like 5 times in a row before. He drops that eye, which I use on my Necro. I will also use on this guy. I can, for sure the Necro should have better slot in the range than that, but doesn't because I'm cheap. Although I did buy the Necro some nice gear recently. I broke down and finally bought the Necro some gear. Just a couple pieces. We also farmed, you know, some from the vampires and stuff like that. Truth be told, the original video I was going to make right now was the Necro at the vampire camp. That was going to be the original video. but somebody is there. And although I've already shown that camp multiple times, I have a lot to say about that camp, so we'll talk about that a little bit now. This is just going to be a talking video because we've already done this camp, but we're going to show all the different drops. We're going to show how often. We're just going to farm that named on rotation, and we're going to sit here and just grind out some XP. It's not going to be the best XP since we are 33, but I mean it's dark blues, so it's still good. We're just not power leveling. Plus, we're in the 30s now, so, you know, it's time to slow down. Stuff's not going to be wild and wacky. Like I said, actually, we can, let's pop a pod, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that. Might as well, we have a bunch of them. Probably shouldn't do this, because this camp is not, like, ideal right now. I mean, the mobs are, like, lower-end dark blues by this point, I think. So maybe it's not ideal, but whatever. So there we go. We got the name mob again. You saw we had killed it, and we already got another one. So now, unfortunately, two of the three items are lore. The weapon we just got, plus the eye is lore, but the earring itself is not lore. So you can kind of rack those up. So hopefully we get mostly earrings, so that I don't feel the need to go back to town or anything like that. So I have been selling this stuff, so I kind of do want to stay here, so I can just get like a stockpile of this stuff, so I can put it in the bazaar. Now it's not worth like big baller. I mean, we are only level 30, so it's not worth like big baller money, but it's good enough to, you know, stockpile and slowly trickle them out on the bazaar mule. Now the earrings we've been selling for 300 plat. They've been selling, you know, pretty good. I've probably sold like 3 or 4 of them, maybe. Got a couple more. The eyeball, surprisingly, the eyeball I think is cheaper. I think the eyeball is like around like 250. When in reality, I feel like the preserved owlbear eye is probably the best item that he drops, personally. I thought. There's a lot of earring options, but range slot options, there's not like a ton. I need to murder this bird here in a second, so not the one in front of me, I mean IRL. So we might pause it here for a second after we kill this named mob. And let's see what drop we get. If it's the owlbear beak again, who cares? That one, I don't know. Nobody's selling it. Nobody's selling it. Nobody's buying it. So we did get that again. Nobody's really selling this. Nobody's buying this. I think there's a lot of options for cheap. So no, you know, no love lost with that rotting. Not too worried about it. I kind of have a backlog of those already because not a single one has sold. Just give me 1 second here. All right, I want to make sure we're recording there. Freaking damaged goods at this point. Can't believe that happened twice in a row now. Alright, so G, the vampire camp. So last we talked about that. Sorry, I got something in my teeth. The last we talked about that, I said I had broken the camp. And by broken the camp, I mean, I don't mean broken the camp. Game-wise, I mean, the camp wasn't working. I made the pet. There's only one mob there that's really worthy of being your absolute destroyer of a pet. And I had him, and I was fighting mobs and stuff, and then he just disappeared out of nowhere. He broke. He wasn't my pet anymore. And when he broke, he didn't come fight me. He was just gone. And I waited around for 2 hours and he never came back. I used other shit for pets, and I was like, maybe he died, or maybe he'll respawn or something like that. Never came back. Then I went back the next, I actually logged out, and then before I went to bed, I was like, let me log in and see if he's back, or what the hell. Logged in real quick because I was camped right there. Wasn't there. There's nobody else in the zone, so it's not like somebody had him or whatever. Next day, I camped right back there, right there. And then the next day, you know, I went to bed, woke up, went to work, came home from work, log in and see if that guy's there. Not there. Long story short, the server didn't go down again for like 5 or 6 days or something. And he never came up. I just, you know, I checked every day. I didn't leave the necro there, but I did go back, like, maybe he's up. He was never up. So I wasn't able to, you know, farm the place, and I've been selling the items that drop there on the bazaar a lot. And I did kind of accumulate a backlog. Who are they talking to? I don't know. Anyways, there's like a war that gets done in this zone, and people are always doing it, or always talking about it, or always something about it. I don't know what level you need to be to do it. I don't know if it's like a 60 thing or a low level thing. I have no idea. So I might just be... They might not even be talking to me, but I'm just going to say I'm just doing my own thing. Just in case. No idea. So, finally the camp came back up. The server went down, the camp came back up, the guys respawned, everything's good. And when the server came back up and the camp came back, it's been kind of a little bit difficult for me to get that camp. Not really difficult, not like a normal camp, not like a normal popular camp or anything like that, but all it takes is one person to be there and the camp is crushed. It's a one-person camp. So, I'm pinned against the wall. So sometimes I get home from work, do what I gotta do, I log in, and somebody's there. And I just gotta, you know, I just gotta be like, all right. And if they stay there for a few hours, then that's it for me. You know, it's cooked. With that being said, I have gotten it the last couple of days, and I've been able to farm some of the items there and replenish my trader in the bazaar. And but what I would like to do is I would like to farm a good amount of stuff so that I can have some extras, so that when I sell them in the bazaar, I can just mule them over, put them in the shared bank, and I can just, you know, put another one up after one sells, because they are lore, so I gotta mule them over. But and then I can do other stuff on my necro. So until I create a backlog. Oh yeah, so here's the other thing, and I'm not complaining, but I did get that camp for a couple of days, and I just had the worst luck. 2 days, I farmed it for 2 days in a row for, like, you know, a good chunk of hours, like after work. And I just, so basically the guy that drops, like, he drops like Fist of Iron, he drops a Helm of the Vampiric Trader, and he drops a back piece that's no drop, so it's useless if you're not going to use it. And you only need one, it's no drop. Lore. So anyways, that's just the one guy. So the name's up again. We got the name 3 times in a row. That's just the one guy. The other guys can drop some stuff, but it's like really low. We're talking like 2.5% chance to drop this, 3% chance to drop that, and so on and so forth. Oh, let's go ahead and kill this guy. Actually, let's taint his breath. Actually, let's spew our tainted breath on him. So anyways, so the other stuff's nice if it drops, but it's just rare. You can't count on it. But the biggest, baddest dude, who is like, you kill the enchanter guy at the top, who's the most annoying, and then he spawns a big bad dude. And really, that guy's harder to kill because he's got more life. He causes more. The enchanter causes the most problems, but the other guy has a lot of life. He harm touches, so you know, if you don't have a pet, that's gonna hurt. And so on, some of the other stuff. But that guy always drops one of those 3 items I went over. So that's a good consistent gear. You're only killing him about once an hour, because when he dies, he spawns another mob. And that mob is not going to get killed unless by a full group, a full good group. I watched a full group wipe on him. So he just stands there until he despawns, which takes, I don't know, like an hour. So you can only kill that other guy like once an hour. That's at best. That's if nothing goes wrong. But that enchanter guy is such a pain in the ass. Wow, come on, bro. That enchanter guy is such a pain in the ass that you might not kill the other guy once in an hour. Because he might be available to spawn, but then when you're fighting the enchanter, he charms your pet. Or you're fighting the enchanter, he charms you. Or your pet just keeps breaking. And then when your pet breaks, he fucks you up. So you got to regenerate, because he also does ice comets. And ice comets do 1150 damage or whatever it is. And, you know, if you're only at 50% life, he's going to one-shot you or whatever. So you can't just jump back into things, you know what I mean? Because he might just break and one-shot you. Which leads me to the next thing. But before I get there, I forgot where I was going with that, actually. But basically, that guy, I want those items. So I had bad luck. That's what I was talking about, my bad luck. So I just had a string of bad RNG. That's all it was. And I farmed him 2 days in a row. The first day, he dropped the cloak, which is no drop, and you don't want. That's the worst case scenario, he drops the cloak. He dropped it 3 times in a row, and then he dropped the helm of the Vampiric Trader. Which right now, the helm of the Vampiric Trader, there's a bunch of people selling it. It's like a super good helm. It's wildly good for the price. And, you know, it got all the way down to like 290 plat. For a plate helm that's like 10 strength, 10 stamina, 10 agility, you know, but you got to be a Shadow Knight, and you got to worship the 3 gods you're probably going to worship anyways. But you got to be a Shadow Knight. I don't know. It's a crazy good helm if you're a Shadow Knight, but it's just dirt cheap now. And it's hard to sell, so. The thing you want is the Fist of Iron. But he didn't drop one. So then I go back the next day. I killed him another, so I killed him 4 times, which means I was there like at least 4 hours. So I went back the next day and I did another 4 hours. And he dropped, I think it was 2 cloaks, and I was only there 3 times, so 3 hours the next day, 2 cloaks and a helm again. So I was like, all right, bummer. So a couple days there, no fist. It is what it is. So I mean, I've been back again, and I did get a fist, but I want to get a couple of fists, right? So if I sell one, I can load another one into the slot, and then I can go do other stuff with my necro, because I want to keep the cash flowing, because I am spending money on the necro. I do have I have a lot of plat on the necro, well, not just on the necros. I guess it's a shared bank now. I have a good amount of plat that I'm sitting on. Nothing, you know, insane. Not selling raid items. I'm not selling a Scepter of Destructions or anything like that. I don't have that kind of money, but I have a lot of money. But I want to keep the money coming in so I can buy stuff for the necro. I really do want to get back into raiding. It's just really hard with my work schedule right now. Because if you raid, then you don't really have to buy a whole lot. But anyways, with that being said, I'm not raiding at the moment, so I do want to buy stuff. So I did buy a couple of items for the necro. Probably spent like, I don't know, 30K on 2 items. And there's still a couple items I want to get. But I want to keep a fat bankroll at the same time. So even though I have the money to afford everything that I want, well, not everything that I want, but you know, I can afford the things I have my eye on. I'm not one to just blow my money and then just be living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? So I'm patient. I wait for prices to come down. I try to look for good deals. I spam a little here and there. And, you know, if I don't get it today, that's fine. I can try tomorrow, so on and so forth. The Necros pretty much had dog shit gear for 3 expansions now. It's not a big deal. With that being said, I have a nice enough bankroll to where I'm being a little more willy-nilly And I'm like, all right, you know, I'll just get a decent deal. It doesn't have to be a great deal. Just get a decent deal or something like that. And so I picked up a couple things on the Necro, so I'll show those off in the next video. I think I will do another vampire video, even though I've already done 2 of them. And I already did an Owlbear video, and here we are doing another Owlbear video. But I do want to show all the gear that drops, and it's just a nice place, and I want to farm some. We're moving on. The Necro will continue to farm the vampires, because I'm having fun doing that, and it's working. But I do farm other stuff on the Necro. But I just want to get like a little bit of a backlog, and then I'll go farm other stuff on the Necro. I spent too much time talking about that. My bad. See, this is what happens when I record once, and then I'm re-recording, and now I'm just like talking in circles, because I already talked about this once. It's never as fluid as the first time, that's for sure. Anyway, so I've been farming that place a lot though, right? And practice makes perfect. So I've come up with more strats. I got it down even better than before. Bigger, faster, stronger. I've found ways to make the enchanter less annoying. And honestly, to make him less annoying is to be more aggressive and less hiding and pussyfooting around and just fucking going for it, getting in his face and stuff like that. But I'll save that to show. Why is that guy so bright? I'll save that to show in the in that video. But we got the rare. Oh, I thought he died. We got the rare spawn again here. Oh, kill him. And some more little tightenings. And then what I've also done is I've tightened it up so much that if all things are going well, which they don't always, but if all things are going well, then I'll clear the whole top. I'll clear the top, all 3 floors. I'll just have all 3 floors cleared. And then even though most everything is light blue, the big flying dudes aren't. And then there's 4 generals that are dark blue. That's all. So 4 generals and 5 flying dudes, basically. And then you're killing a bunch of light blues after that. And it's actually really good XP. It's a really good AA XP, actually. So we'll show that. So I did get Dire Charm. I'll just talk about this in the next. I'll talk about it in the other video. But Dire Charm is actually bogus. So spoiler alert. Okay, so he did drop the preserved Owlbear eye, which we're going to use. It's going to go into our slot. So here it is. 2 AC, 4 Wisdom, 4 Intelligence, and 20 Mana, 3 SV Magic. Nothing insane, but nice little item for multiple classes, and it goes right into our range slot. We actually didn't have a range slot on this guy. So nice little spot there. Bonus stats. And maybe I said it already, I don't know at this point, but that sells for about 250 plat-ish. It is lore, so you would need to go back to town and throw it in the bank if you want to get another one. But that's not too far. If you look at the map here, we're right next to Charval. So you can just run to Charval, throw it in the bank, and then come back. I'm going to stick around, and if they rot, they rot. I have a backlog of these kind of items. I wouldn't mind getting some more earrings. I'm hoping the earrings drop because they are not lore, and we can kind of like... Maybe if we stick around and get a couple of earrings, then I'll go back to the bank and put the others. But I don't know how much longer I'll be here either. The XP's not the greatest. We're gonna do the 40 minutes here because we're running a pot. So we'll probably stick around for 40 minutes with the pot. And then we'll probably just call it. And hopefully I get some earrings, and I got enough of the other stuff. It can rot. The other stuff can rot, that's fine. But it would be nice to, you know, get a little bit of backlog while we're getting XP. And then I can out-level this place, which I feel like I mean, obviously haven't because they're still dark blues, but I feel like, for myself, I feel like I've out-leveled this place a bit. We could be doing better XP somewhere else is what I mean. So, having a backlog of these items while we're getting XP is nice, because then I can leave this camp and then I can continue to sell them probably for the next couple of weeks on the Bazaar Trader. We're also getting those owlbear pelts, like I said, which sell for about 30 to 35 plat a piece. Oh man, my keyboard just disconnected. Something's wrong with my keyboard. I need... Okay, here we go. It's back on. I gotta figure that out. I don't know why that's been happening. Ever since I re-downloaded the Razer software, I started doing that. Anyways, it happened when I charm a mob, and if my charm breaks while my keyboard's screwed, I might be, you know, obviously I can still use the mouse and click stuff, but if I don't react fast enough, you know, I'll just die. So that's another thing, like a last thing about the vampire camp, is that part of my new strategy, which I'll showcase, is just getting in. Now hear me out. I like to pronounce AE like A, like ageism, but according to Google, it's pronounced ageism. The AE makes an E sound. According to Google, you can look it up yourselves. So I guess we'll call it ageism, even though that's not really how I've ever called it. Any, you know, that word's, I play a bunch of games like, you know, obviously MMOs or Diablo and stuff like that. So that word comes up a lot. That's not how I've ever pronounced it, but I guess that's what it is. I think well, probably slowing it's not so much worth it at this point, but. So is my attack on or off? There we go. It's like, sometimes this stops flashing or something. It's weird. So anyways, part of my new strat is, so my Necro, so I just said I got a couple new pieces of gear, but I'm going off of what I had pre these pieces of gear. It's probably not that big of a change, but I had around like 1,050 hit points. I'm probably at like 1,150 now, maybe. I don't know. But I had 1,050 hit points, and the pet that you use there is that absolutely crazy melee wizard. So he melees like a beast. He quads. You have him hasted. The works, right? You got a muzzle on him. Everything. And he'll shred you melee in no time. But you can typically run away. And there's a lot of stairs you can run off of and stuff to get away. But as soon as you get out of range of him, he'll drop a freaking he'll drop a ice comet on your head. He'll drop an he'll drop an I3 Atlas to the dome piece. Anyways, so you know, if I'm unbuffed, it'll one-shot me. But you know, I do have a mage shield as a Necro, so when I use the mage shield, that buffs me up about 200 or 250 hit points. So that puts me above. So I can take an Ice Comet. As long as I'm at 100% health, I can take an Ice Comet and not die. But I am a Necro, so I'm in Lich form like all the time. Which I've also, as long as everything's going well and I can get to full life and full mana, and I'm not killing a boss in there, I'm just killing the trash, I will remove Lich and I'll just stay at 100, and I just will use my free cast, like my epic, to do damage to make sure I get 100% XP. Dude, we got the boss again. Non-stop boss. I'm telling you, this guy spawns like a beast. So, I need to drink some water. My voice is getting something. So let's get this going, then I'm going to take a drink here. I don't even want to dot him. because I'm just running out of mana slowly. So, anyways, with my self buff, it's still really close though. I need to buff my pet. Did I already rebuff the pet? I can't remember. No. Need to buff the pet. And then we're just getting tossed because the pet doesn't have his proc on. And then we're gonna aggro that other mob. Let's get him back here. I mean, eventually he's gonna run and he's gonna aggro that. I would rather him not. So anyways, when you're running Lich, you're never truly at 100% health. Oh, come on, dog. So, it's constantly eating at your health, right? And if you have a big-ass Lich, like a good Lich, it eats your health fast. But you have Life Leech dots to fight that. But in a perfect world where your life's not constantly in danger, you like to get yourself down to about like maybe 60% health before you use a Life Leech dot. Life Leech dots are very expensive mana-wise. So you don't just want to use them willy-nilly, and you have more efficient dots when it comes to just dealing damage. So you really only want to use them when you need the life. And you don't really necessarily just want to use them to fight Lich. You want to be the most efficient. You want to let Lich eat you down to about 60, then you use the Life Leech dot. It'll still get you back to full, even with Lich on, and then rinse and repeat, something like that. If you're constantly using it when you're at 100% life, you're gonna go, that's just how it is, right? So, but this isn't a perfect situation, and your life is always in danger when you have a pet that shred quads you, and also will ice comet you. So, and then not to just say that, your pet doesn't break and he's just by himself. Sometimes you're fighting that enchanter guy, he'll nuke you. Sometimes you're fighting the mage guy, he'll nuke you. So it's not just your pet that's gonna quad you and ice comet you. You have another mob who will likely do something to you, who will probably root you or nuke you or also melee you, not quad you, but anyways. So when you're running, you know, the amount of life that I have on my Necro, you're in danger. If he breaks on top of you, quads you real quick, and then you run, he starts an ice comet. And you're dead. There's nothing you can do. Even if you have my self buff, which is like 250 hit points, I can take an ice comet and not die. But if he quads you real quick and then ice comets, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. You just sit there and go, I'm fucking dead, which I do a lot of times. I don't die a lot there, not anymore especially, but sometimes when I was in the learning process, I'd be high ice comets like I don't know, long ass cast time, right? And I would just be sitting there just being like, I'm fucking dead. Like there's nothing I can do. I'm just sitting here like an idiot. I'm dead. And then you just have to sit there and tap your foot, and then the ice comet comes and you just fall over dead. Now, some things you can try to range it. If you can run really far and maybe get out of range before he gets it off. But in that building, there's not a lot of length. There's stories, so no matter what, they're pretty much going to get it off. And that's not 100% true. There are situations where you can, so you just got to play it where it lies. You know, if you notice like you have a runway to get out of range, just try it. But you don't always. Jesus. So that brings me back to Egilism. Now, Egilism effectively doubles my hit points, so I can stack my mage Mage Shield with the Egilism. And that'll put me at something like 2400 HP. And then I feel like a god in there. I can take an Ice Comet, I can take a Quad, I can take probably another nuke that's like 600 damage from the other guy, and I'll still be alive. So that's what I've been trying to do. Now, the reason I bring that up now is because I want to talk about Egilism a little bit. I don't have too many cleric friends. Or I have friends that have clerics, but maybe they don't have Egilism. Or maybe they do, but they're not online when I'm online. Or maybe they are online, but they're out doing their thing and I'm over here doing my thing, right? So I go to the Nexus because it's, well, quite literally in the name is the Nexus. There's a lot of people there. Plus you're right next to the Bazaar. It's typically where I camp for the most part. So I camp over there, I log in. If I decide I'm gonna go try to do this camp, I'm like, let me get an Egilism. And then I won't die. I'll be able to get away for sure, as long as I'm not stupid. So then I'm trying to get. It is so hard to get an Egilism, man. It is so hard. I'll be in /say, and I'll just be you know, looking to buy Egilism buff, 200 plat, and it's just crickets. Like nobody cares. It's not enough for anybody to bother to click a button. It's crazy. And then I think back about like druids before they got punt, right? Druids were working a lot back in the day, and they would have to, you know, group you, probably give you a sow, port you somewhere, gate back, so on and so forth. It was like a decent amount of work, you know? And then you had a lot of people, you know, especially like the lower level people, they're giving you like 15, 20 plat for a port. I'm over here like 5 feet away from people saying, if you'll click a button on me, I'll give you 200 plat. And that's just not enough for people to be like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Let me send them a tell and tell them I'll do it or whatever. It's crazy. So like I've had to like break down into practically begging. I'll have to like find a cleric that is obviously 60 and whatever, and I'll get in front of them and I'll just be like dancing with them and then I'll like throw 200 plat in the trade screen, and then I'll send them a tell. Please cast Egilism on me. Please click your mouse 3 times and receive 200 plat. Like literally, they just have to click accept trade, click on me, and then click Egilism, and their job is done. But you know, I don't know. Maybe, you know, some people don't need plat or whatever the case is. But anyways, I'm obviously exaggerating and joking around and stuff. But seriously, sometimes I just never get it, and I'm not gonna sit around forever. Time's ticking, baby. So I gotta get out there and get to the camp. So I just leave without it. But the thing is, if I don't have it, shit happens, and I can die, and I will die. What the fuck is happening? Stuck between these rocks. Crap happens, and I will die without it. So I really do want it. Anyways, if you're a cleric with Egilism and you hang out in the Bazaar and the Nexus a lot during the PM, America time PM, let me know in the comments. I'll whisper you and I will gladly pay you 200 plat for Egilism if you are in the same zone as me, because it's tough for me to get it and I want it a lot. I oftentimes want it. I'll come to you. KEI is easier to get than Egilism, for sure, 100%. Like, KEI is going off all the time. I got KEI on my Necro right now. I don't even want it. I got 4-hour KEI. As soon as I start doing stuff on the Necro, that KEI is gone. It's not good for me. Maybe if I don't use a lot of mana, it's fine. Then I don't have to use Lich, but typically you're going to end up using a lot of mana. Can't believe an earring hasn't dropped yet. This is wild. At least a bunch of eyes aren't dropping. I'd feel bad if I was letting like tons of eyes rot. I don't really care about the weapon. We are running low on mana here. We're at 20%. Hopefully we can find a way to get through this potion without having to med. Or at least minimal medding. So I don't know what I've said so far, I've already forgotten, but mostly sell the earrings. The eye's pretty good, the weapons don't sell. I think I already covered that, but saying it one last time. Hopefully we can get an earring, that's the whole point of this video. I wanted to get all 3 pieces of loot, we've obviously gotten 2 of them. I'm sure we will get an earring before 25 minutes is over. Sold more earrings than anything. This will be the last time we show this camp, but wasn't really prepared with an idea for a video. I've been coming in here on this guy and just giving it like 30 minutes to an hour here and there on this guy in here. So, oh, we dinged again. Didn't make the sound. So we are now 34. So for sure we're gonna be done here. This is our last time here. Now the necro on the vampire camp, I'm gonna try to stop showing it. I've already showed it twice. I'm gonna try to stop showing it. But like I said, there's been some developments. I'm a lot better at it. I think the XP is actually good now. And so I want to show like all these things. I got some more gear which I haven't used yet. I haven't been back there since I got a couple pieces of gear, so I want to check it out with the gear. But even without the gear, really tightened it up. Deal with the enchanter mob a lot better, so we'll show that. The XP per hour is really getting up there, so I want to show that. And real talk, I just need to farm some stuff from there, so it is what it is. Somebody's there right now, though. So we do have a light blue here. So this is 100% for sure. Once our potion runs out, we're done. Here's another light blue right there. So, monsters and memories. I made a post on it, I don't know, a few days ago, but monsters and memories stress test weekend. It's not the alpha test weekend or weeks or anything like that. It's just a stress test weekend. I'll talk a little bit of that for those of you who don't follow that too closely but are still interested. It's going to be Saturday from 1 p.m. Eastern through Sunday midnight Sunday night, so 11:59 p.m. Sunday night. So it's going to be 36 hours. Oh, come on. It's going to be 36 hours, and they have some stuff that they want to try. They want to stress test. That's why they're doing it. There's still going to be the I think it's November 1st for 10 days. So November 1st through the November 10th. They're going to do 10 straight days. That's going to be the last alpha playtest. They're also entering beta soon. A lot of more people are going to get into beta. I don't think I've said this, but I'm actually in the closed alpha test. I haven't said that ever, actually, so this is the first time I'm saying it, but I haven't really been playing the closed alpha. I did a little bit, like, a while back, but I haven't. I've been playing just EverQuest. I don't want to, like, I don't know. There's a couple of things. One, there's not a lot of people in the closed alpha, so there's not a lot going on, and that kind of takes away from the excitement. It's not there for you to play and have fun necessarily. It's there for you to play and find bugs and help them with the game. So I don't blame anything there. Oh, here we go. All right, we got the name mobbing. Give us an earring, bro. Come on. But I don't want to spend the time, you know, to get like super high level, and I don't want to like burn out on the closed alpha. And I don't have anybody else to play with in there. You can play with some randos, but like I said, it's very low pop, very, very low pop. So you can find random people to play with, but anyways, there's still open alphas to play. And I want to play the open alphas where you guys can be there, or, you know, there's just a ton of people there. And you have to deal with stuff like lag and stuff like that, but because so many people are jamming in to do that, but I think that's fine. And I also want to keep fresh when the early access actually releases next year. But the stress test will be, like I said, this weekend. So happy birthday, server, 2 years old. On October 1st, that's the time I'm recording this. And on, what is it? October 4th is when the stress test will be. So be there, be square. Now, when the server first opens, they're going to lock everybody in Night Harbor. It's going to be an absolute shit fest. But that's the point. It's a stress test. And then, after they collect... Oh, come on, bro. Come on, we're running out of time here. Drop the fucking earring, dog. We're not asking for too much, dude. Let's kill some dark blues. It's gonna kind of like ruin my video. Drop the earring, bro. Anyways, so another thing to point out is after their little stress thingy, you know, then they're giving you the rest of the weekend, just, you know, kind of like, thanks for helping us stress out the servers. Here you go. I get a little taste. See ya November 1st. Kind of situation. Got some more stuff to say, I guess, about Monsters and Memories, but maybe I'll save that for another video or something. I don't want to talk about that too much in a EQ video, so I'll leave it there. Already talked about the Necro a shit ton on a Beastlord video. But like I said, this was actually going to be a Necro video initially, but the camp is taken, so I wasn't able to do that video. So we're kind of just improvising. In the last Beastlord video, I had said that I wanted to get a couple of my skills up. Haven't been able to do that. I've been working a ton, you guys. Here comes the excuses. No, but seriously, I've been working a ton, and there was like a bunch of call-offs and stuff. So then, on top of working a ton, I ended up covering some shifts, yada yada yada. So I haven't wanted to spend the little time I have necessarily like getting up my skills. It takes hours of sitting in the Nexus trying to get like KEI and then just like spamming your spells. That does take a lot of time, and that just hasn't been my priority right now. So it hasn't happened yet, but we're still going to do that. You know, if I'm able to get the Necro Camp, then I've been wanting to get the Necro Camp for all of the things I spoke about earlier. I'm trying to get like a backlog of some gear there, and the server was down for like 5 days, so on and so forth, all the shit I talked about. So I haven't given the Beastlord that much time. But I have, like I said, I popped in here for like 30 minutes here, 1 hour there. And obviously you see now that we are at level 34. So I think when I left you guys last time, I think we were like 30, maybe 31. I think we were 31. And I'm actually not 100% sure where I will go next. So I got to figure that out. Excuse me. And I still do want to get... I still want to get... I forgot. I got some distractions going on right now. Boys! Speaking of boys, what is that? Speaking of boys, before I speak of boys, let's kill this mob. I'll give it like a minute or two of medding while I stop some background noise, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna speak of some boys. 5 minutes on this fungal regrowth staff, or I guess it's really, I don't know, it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes goes by so freaking fast. Alright, 1 sec. Actually, I don't want to do that. Alright. A little bit of peace and quiet. So I haven't thanked my members in a while. We're pretty deep in this video. I need to be way better at this. And I need to do it earlier in the video, so we're going to do that as well. And go for the next video. But we got some members that are about to hit a 1 year mark. That's absolutely insane to me. That's insane to me. Those members, about to hit a year, they're going to get a new little symbol next to their name. One that I really like. It's kind of like the symbol of my channel, the little necro Spectre Skull dealy. So I'm really excited to see that next to some names in the comments here shortly. So those members, we got Sendrith EQ. I'm sure every single one of you here knows Sendrith. Check out Sendrith EQ's YouTube channel, if somehow you do not. We got Les Lamarche. Another boy at 11 months. Eric Phalor Schaefer. Eric, buddy, what is up? Those are the oldest of old school. About to hit the 1 year mark. Should be coming up here pretty soon. Obviously, it's within a month, but I think it's a lot. I think it's pretty soon. Too many light blues in here. What do we got? We got some dark blues. Let's get them. Let's keep this train going. All right, for some other members, we got One Up Carson. He's got 10 months. Beast. And we got some boys coming down into like the 7 to 8 month range. We got Raptorac 1. Wow, it's already been 9 months, dude. Legend, thank you. Got Gavin Marsh, my guy. What? Oh, that does do a proc there. 29 damage, we can see it. Gavin. We got Arl86. Long time no talk. Arl86. Heroes of the Realm are the boys we speak of here and now. Vincent, the cat lover. That's actually another long time no talk. Vincent, where you at? We got Vorge. A couple of V-Dogs up in here. Not that kind of bear. Not that kind of bear. Got Lanix. What's up, my guy? Old school members, man. I wish this had a better way of doing this. We have Sean Farrell. Now, I think there is a... those are my 6 month dudes. Ending with Sean Farrell. Now I think there's a thing where like maybe you have been a member, but like there's like a little time lapse in between it or something, and then it starts you over. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I'm just going off of what it's telling me here. But I know for sure some of you, you know, been around longer. There's actually, it's out of order. We got Joshy Z. He's over 6 months. He's 7 months. Joshy. Sup, dude? Saw you in the Discord the other day. Got that PD2 badge next to your name, my guy. We got Jowls Chive. He's over 6 months as well. See, his says like rejoined. I'm not sure what that means. Well, obviously I know what that means, but I don't know how that affects like the timing on things. So my bad if anybody's been longer than what it's telling me. I think that's the 6 monthers there. Oh, Redo's at 10 months. That one's out of place. I'm gonna get lost in here. I don't want to get lost. Sir Funk. Thank you, my guy. Sir Funk. Holy Diver. These are homies that are almost hitting 6 months. Sigil GM. Check out Sigil GM's channel. Also makes videos on YouTube. Check them out. Mr. Meech. I don't think I mentioned you, buddy. I don't think I said it. He's at 8 months, so he's up there. Mr. Meech. Oh, we got the light blue. Come on, man. It's wasting my time and resources. Zachary Hopkins, newer-ish member, a couple of months. Rasmus Dam. That's Minesweeper. I think I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Is that Minesweeper? Is that you? Minesweeper? I thought it said Minesweeper. Maybe not. It's hard to sometimes, not always, but it's hard to see people's like Discord name and then the YouTube name and then the in-game individual different character names. It's hard to put all that together sometimes. I think that's Minesweeper. What's up, dude? Dead Monkey? Newer member? What's up, man? I don't know if you've commented much, but you are a member. Say what's up sometime. We got Swole Time. Swole Time's a new member, less than a month. What's up, man? Thank you very much. Let's find ourselves a dark blue mob. Time is ticking on the old Malin's magical concoction. Ken Hammer. Sir Ken of House Hammer. New member, less than a month. What's up, man? Like your Buccaneers logo. It's pretty cool. Craig Bailey. Also a newer member. And we're finishing off the member thanks with Slayheim. New member. Check out Slayheim. YouTube. Find him on YouTube. Slayheim. Actually, you can find him all over the place. I think he's on like Kick and Twitch and Twitter? I don't know. A lot of places, though. Just look up Slayheim. Primarily, just find him on YouTube. Does a lot of Monsters and Memories, Pantheon. And I believe there was some EverQuest stuff in there as well. I believe he played on Quarm and P99. Played, I think, more or less on P99, but... playing a lot of Monsters and Memories. I'm sure he'll be streaming this weekend. Check him out for those streams. Am I gonna stream? Ooh, I don't know. I got so much shit to do. Oh my god. I haven't had days off of work until this weekend. So it's nice that this weekend lines up with the stress test. But at the same time, I'm finally getting days off and I just need to catch up on life, on shit I need to do. And you know, that's just the way it crumbles sometimes, you know what I mean? So am I going to get something out there? It'll be much easier for me to just make a video or two. Because then I could do that anytime in my chonies, whatever, you know what I mean? But to be able to sit down and like stream for like 4 hours or something. Ah, man, I just don't know if that's gonna be possible. That's tough. Damn. Dude, we're not gonna get an earring, bro. How messed up is that? That was the whole point. I thought there was no way. There's no way that we do this camp for like an hour or something and not get an earring. And I also did this camp for 30 minutes recording or thinking I'm recording when I wasn't. And we still didn't even get one during that time, huh? No. Crazy. Every other time I've been here, I've actually gotten the majority of earrings. So it is what it is. RNG at its finest. Miss anybody? Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Fantastic Pat! I missed Fantastic Pat. How could I? Sorry, this thing won't stay scrolled. You scroll it down and it like rubber bands back up. It's super annoying. So it's hard to see the people in the middle. Okay. I think that was it. Fantastic Pat is in the 6+ month gang. Anyways, thanks, dudes. You guys are the best. So what have you guys been doing since you've been back? Are you just farming AAs? Are y'all raiding? Still raiding Velius, waiting for the first when the Luclin raids drop? Man, that's still 3 months, dude, you guys. We still have 3 months until Luclin raids. Feels like we've been in Luclin for a minute already. But we still don't have Luclin raids for 3 months from now. Crazy, right? Damn, how do I turn auto attack off all the time on this guy? I don't understand. I think I'm just like can't help but push it. I haven't done buy me a coffee shoutouts either, so I do want to shout those guys out as well. We got oh man, I'm gonna butcher this one. Shafir or Hefir? I don't know. It's an X. I don't know how to do that. Slash Hefe, though. I feel like XEFA might be like Hefe. I don't know. In Spanish, the X is like an H sound, right? Or like an SH. No, it's an H sound. So I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know what we're going for there. But Hefir or Hefe, maybe? Bought me a coffee. Thanks, dude. Oh, the buff's running out. This is it, boys. The buff is out. Thank you very much for that. I drink way too much caffeine, and you guys are enabling me, but in reality, it's the only thing that keeps me going after work, and keeps me going. It makes me want to turn on the camera. You know, sometimes you just want to veg out, but I really enjoy the communication with you guys and the interaction and all that, so. Caffeine helps me do what I want to do. Also, Christian bought me 3 coffees, my guy. Thank you very much. Not sure of in-game character names or YouTube or anything like that. I mean, maybe I am. He says he can't play Quarm because his Mac, because of a recent Mac, yeah, some recent Mac OS just doesn't allow him to play Quarm. So he's playing vicariously through watching me. Thank Thanks for the support, dude. Appreciate it. So, Hefe or Hefe, please, if you're out there, comment and let me know how to say that. I feel bad. Saw me in Worm Rest on Monsters and Memories. Ran into me in game. Bought me a coffee. And then also we have Rain Hammers. Bought me a coffee as well. Oh right, check out at Rain Hammers on YouTube. Said, you know, was watching my videos, got encouraged to start making his own. Went over there, gave him a follow. Check him out. Rain Hammers on YouTube. Thanks, dude. It's the reason I started making videos. Is this the one? Did we pull the? I forgot where we are. Started making videos on YouTube just because of the lack of videos. So I was playing P99 Blue, and this was a different time. I don't know. I feel like there's been a resurgence in YouTube, in EverQuest YouTubeville. But this was like a downtime. So you know, there's like the old school dudes like Michael's Shenanigans and Ionic Blaze and what was the homie? I want to get his name. Let me try to think of it for a second. But I need to concentrate on this real quick. I'm trying to think if we killed the placeholder. A shout out to anybody who remembers Joe Leonard. Joe Leonard. Shout out to anybody who remembers Joe Leonard. So you know, obviously wrecked you. There's a lot. I'm gonna leave people out. My bad. I was watching some Dr. Nachos. I don't even want to shout him out. He's pissing me off lately. All right, so here's the name. This is the last one we're gonna kill. Drop an earring, baby. Dr. Nachos is just so sour and blinded by rage over the THJ situation that he's just attacking Quarm and secrets so fucking hard, undeserved, and that shit's just pissing me off. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I wrote him off. He just pissed me off too bad watching a couple of his videos. I used to watch him all the fucking time. But it's just uncalled for. It's just fucking uncalled for. And it's hard to be sad for people like that. You know? I'm sad for people to lose their server and all of that, but not people like that. He's just being a fucking bitch. So, anyways. But he used to make a lot of videos. El Hefe, you know. Level up Larry! Let's get it! Perry Love Whistle! The Mighty Don Mega! What else we got? We got the Ice Cream Man. The Ice Cream Man! Got one more. I got one more in me. It just flashed through my head and the Ice Cream Man threw me off. We're gonna get an earring right here though, and then it's gonna remind me. The British guy. Come on now. The British guy. Ah, you bitch. The British guy. There's so many British people in the world. Ogre guy. Shout out to Ogre guy. Ogre guy is actually the guy who I was watching, and then I sat back and I was like, somebody's got to do it. I'm just gonna start recording myself being complete trash and putting it out there because somebody's got to do it. There's just not, there's nothing for me to watch. I gotta get this guy's name though. I'm sorry. Oh, Super Bits and Bob. It just came to me. Super Bits and Bob. Shout out to Super Bits and Bob. But yeah, so anyways, there's a lot of those old school guys, but a lot of these guys, you know, if you recognize the guys I've mentioned, they make great videos, way better than mine. A million times better than me. Like, I don't make great videos. I just make video. I make a lot of videos, right? So it's there. It's backfill or whatever. Sometimes I show something cool or whatever, but for the most part, it's just the run-of-the-mill everyday shit. But these guys make some nice videos, good videos, have good insight and all that kind of stuff. And so shout out to them. But some of them are retired. Some of them make one video every 3 months. Or, you know, a couple videos a year. Some of the guys I mentioned. Like Ionic Blaze, for instance, he's kind of retired, but he's not really fully retired from making videos. But he only makes a couple a year now. And Super Bits and Bob is kind of come back from Monsters and Memories, but he used to be, you know, used to upload more shit. You know, it happens or whatever. So anyways, we got to like a lull period, and so I was sitting there and I was playing P99 Blue, and I was like, man, there's no EverQuest to watch, and obviously there was, but there wasn't enough. You know, I need my second monitor to have some background noise and all that kind of stuff, or at work throwing an earbud, you know, listen to some EverQuest adventures, and there just wasn't enough. And you know, like the Mighty Don Mega and Perry Love Whistle and stuff, you know, they come out with a video every few months, and like I said, a couple of them have retired since. And Ogre Guy was pumping, you know, and they were just like 30-minute to an hour video, and he's still pumping, by the way. 30 minutes to an hour video, and he was just like talking about regular shit, and he's just like, fuck, I'm doing all these crazy 12-hour shifts at work, and, you know, when I come home, I just like to sit here and play some EverQuest, and just very humble and relatable, and just making videos, you know. And I was like, man, like, I don't mind listening to how shitty his day is at work, or what he's gonna eat for dinner. It was like, I mean, he's out there, maybe he'll see this, I don't know. But just like super relatable stuff is my point. And I was like, I don't mind hearing about your relatable shit, or your cat, or your dog, or whatever. You know, you're also playing the game and showing like some camps, or doing this or doing that, and then just talking about life or whatever. I don't mind that. That's fine. Some people don't like that. They want you to be like about the business, like talk about Ogre, Beastlords, Owlbears, and nothing else. If that's the, you know, some people are like that, but some people are more like, let's just get in here and chat and whatever. Let's like spend some time or waste some time, or however you want to look at it. Anyways, and you know, they were like I said, they were short, but they were plentiful. Every single, like almost every single day, every other day, it was like a 30-minute, an hour video, and I was just like looking forward to it. I was like, all right, cool. Like, you know, these other videos are great. They're well edited and all this stuff. Ogre Guy didn't do any editing or anything, you know, and pretty much neither do I for the most part. And so I was just like, that's the way, man. I was like, and that's the way to do it. I was like, I just want shit to watch, dude. Like, I don't need it necessarily to be edited. Now, with that being said, I do very much enjoy like highly edited videos and all that stuff. Like, obviously, Ionic Blaze and Redbeard Flynn and all of them, they make great videos, and the production value of Level Up Larry's streams are unmatched. Obviously, I love those, but you can't pump those out. Those take insane amounts of time that a lot of people probably can't even fathom. But even somebody like me, who's kind of in the general vicinity of the business, even hard for me to fathom, you know, being able to buckle down and put that kind of time into that, and just learning editing and doing all this shit. Just learning how to edit, how to make thumbnails and do all that. That takes a ton of time, dude. Nobody wants to do that. Anyways, even Cinecool, watching Cinecool. Oh man, I left Cinecool out. I can't fucking believe that. Check out Cinecool. He's still making videos every Wednesday. EverQuest videos, sometimes on Sundays. He plays also Gems of War, but Cinecool, the master of the dad camps. I learned so many camps from Cinecool. Dad camps, P99 Blue. He's on green now. But I've learned a ton of nice little dad camps from him that I've shown and credited him for. What is this? Thank you all for your help. Eye of the Owlbear Mother. So this is what you get, I guess, from doing that thing. So what level is this person? All Columbia. It's a 60, so okay. So those are 60s. Okay, so it has Flowing Thought. It's in your range slot. So Flowing Thought 1 and Meditate +3 in the range slot. This must be why bards get it. Meditate +3 is huge. Also, Flowing Thought's not bad. It's a range slot item, but Meditate 3 for a bard. Because bards only get Meditate, like the minimalist Meditate. I feel like that's the second time we said that in this video. It's wild. Okay, crazy. I need to show that to my friend. Anywho, why am I running without a sew? We're like done with the camp. So anyhow, yeah, so shout out to Cynicool. Check him out every Wednesday. And the more of his shit you watch, the more he'll make it. Still doing the P99 thing. Anywho's, I guess that's about it. We're back in town. I'm just gonna go to the bank and drop all this shit off. We made it to 76% into level 34. We're about to hit level 35. It's gonna be another hell level. I wanna make sure I get to another camp so we can push through that hell level. And if it's good, then we'll pop a pot over there. But I got some work to do. We are going to take the Necro back at least one more time, maybe the last time, to that Necro camp. I want to show it off. I've been there a ton and haven't showed it over the last couple of weeks. I think the last video I made was probably, I don't even know, maybe 2 weeks ago for the Necro? Maybe like 2 weeks or so ago that I did the last one, and I've learned a lot since then. And I need to be there. I want to be there, so sorry. But if I'm going to play the Necro, I'm going to be there for the next little bit. Other than that, thank you to all the support, all the comments and everything, even if you're not a member or buying me coffees or whatever. Still, thank you. Thank you to all the members, though, especially, and the coffee and everything. All of that. Outside of that, I will see you in the next video.